If you're busy all day and still behind, you don't need to work harder. You need leverage. And in 2026, leverage means the fastest way is hiring an assistant. Most business owners know they should hire a virtual assistant or an executive assistant, but they don't because they're scared, because it's not because they don't want help, but they're afraid of hiring the wrong person. They worry about wasted time, wasted money, and what if things fall apart and it doesn't go well? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I hired both a virtual assistant and an executive assistant, who to hire, what tasks to give them, and how to avoid the common mistakes and to truly turn your assistant into leverage instead of another headache. By the end of this video, you will know who to hire, whether you're ready to hire, and exactly how to do it the right way. And in the last minute of the video, I'm going to tell you the resources I'm using and how to find the right people. Because the hard truth is we've got to address this elephant in the room. Is that the noise an elephant makes? I don't know. You haven't hired someone yet because you keep telling yourself, it's faster if I just do it myself. That's right. If you spend 5 minutes sending the email versus 30 minutes to train someone, it is faster. But guess what? Here is the math. If you take 5 minutes a day on email, that is 30 hours a year. 30 hours a year. So if you're aiming to make $100,000 a year or $1 million a year, you have literally become the most expensive executive assistant or virtual assistant in the world. And you know what? Here's the deal. When you do low value task, you are technically firing yourself from the high value role that you should be in as the visionary and leader of your companies. So here are your two types of leverage: a virtual assistant versus an executive assistant. And in the beginning, I mentioned I hired both. I have both right now as I'm recording this video. And you need to know the difference between the two or you are setting them up to fail. So the virtual assistant is your hands, okay? They are for execution. They follow a checklist, you edit it, you edit the checklist, that changes their role. They schedule things to post. They do exactly the same things. They answer support tickets. They answer emails. They need instructions and they follow them. And a good one follows them well and does not mess up. Your executive assistant, they are your brain. They are your integrator. They manage you, the whole person of you. You as the leader, you as the parent, you as the human that has a hobby, you that needs date nights. They manage your inbox, they manage your calendar, they anticipate problems before they happen, and they don't just follow instructions. They literally create systems. And the best visual way to explain this is the difference between a checklist and following it and your phone, which is your life. They are able to, this checklist is the virtual assistant. Your phone, your life, your calendar, your incoming, your outgoing, that is your integrator. That is your executive assistant. And so if you want to help me and my assistants with this video, be sure you like this video and also consider subscribing to the channel as we put out regular content several times a week. So here is your unicorn hiring process. How do you find that unicorn assistant? Because we all know hiring the wrong person is another big frigging headache that you don't need and you don't want that nightmare hire. So the first thing you have to do is what I call the brain dump. So for 3 days, you're going to track every single thing that you do as the leader. Write it down, put it in a note, voice text it into Chat GPT, and tell it to keep up with you. Everything I tell you in this chat for the next 3 days, make it into a list because I'm going to be hiring a virtual assistant, executive assistant. You'll know the difference by the end of the video. You have to do that before you post the job ad and the job description, because if you don't know what this person is responsible for doing, you are not going to be able to lead them well. Okay. So once you've done that list, that audit, that is your job description. And so the next thing is your filter, like the test task. That was really hard to say today. Test task. But you never want to just hire off the interview alone. So I like to call it a project-based interview. So people can charm you on Zoom. They can be great in person, but can they actually get the work Done. So the task I gave for my last hiring of my in-person executive assistant, on-site person, is someone they had to create a event itinerary for a conference I was going to that included travel and lodging and all. And I didn't actually give them the specifics of what I wanted them to include. I just told them, this is my travel times. This is where I'm going. Make me an event briefing. Here's a sample event briefing. And that was it. Moving on, rolling on. So they had this project assignment. For my virtual assistant, I gave them the opportunity to take 10 thumbnails for this YouTube channel, this podcast that you're listening to right now, and edit them, make them better, improve upon the descriptions I already had as a test task. Okay, this can be a paid project or an unpaid project. Typically, I recommend a paid project, especially if you're hiring someone by the hour versus a salary position. And the final step after the audit and after you have figured out what kind of project you want them to do is to hire for resourcefulness and not their resume. Like, I literally do not care if someone has 10 years on their of experience as an assistant or anything else. I care if they have a figure out itness in their brain. Like, I can teach you our software. I cannot teach you common sense. So the person that you're looking for is someone that will look at Google, they will look at chat, they will use all the resources possible to figure it out before you, because the goal is not to create more work for yourself. The goal is for you to have an extension of yourself. And I'm telling you right now, like, I would recommend and push you, hire an assistant before you pay yourself. Hire an assistant as soon as you have the money, before it's even a profit share. Like, this is the only way possible to scale and to continue doing what you want to do. And then always be looking for more repetitive tasks that you are doing that you can add to another virtual assistant or executive assistant, or to your current team if they have the capacity as well. Because there's, I think, a reality note I need to put in here too, is like a disclaimer, but the first 30 days are going to be messy AF. Like, I cannot even pretend like it's going to be easy. You are going to spend so much time the first 30 days with this person, but after that, something beautiful happens. And the way you do that is you can record yourself, you can make Loom videos, you can send the video to them of how to do something. And now you have a training library that they can use. And if you have to replace them later, somebody else can use. But if you have to explain something twice, you failed them. It's not their fault, it's your fault. Because if you need them to do something, especially over and over, you have to give them the resources to do it. Give them the opportunity to sit down and write a step-by-step guide of their own notes, or record yourself or someone else doing it. Okay. Because here is the vision. The big vision is, imagine waking up next month and your inbox is zero. Your posts are scheduled, and you just have to show up and be the visionary and breathe life into your companies, into your humans that serve your mission, into your families. Like, that is all that you have to do. Like, what? That's the other side of discomfort. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of messy in the middle, but it's going to be worth it. And if you want the exact job description and email templates I use to kick off my hiring journey, I've dropped them into the show notes, and you'll be able to download them right away. And so here was my promise to you at the beginning of the video, that I would tell you where to find these people. So I'm currently using onlinejobs.ph to hire from the Philippines. So there's an amazing amount of workers in the Philippines that are very technically savvy. And so definitely use Google or Chat or Gemini to research like your specific industry, because there could be another tool. But onlinejobs.ph is an amazing place to find virtual assistants in the Philippines that are very skilled. Okay. Also, I have some other executive friends that have used Belay. I've never used Belay, but it's been really successful for some other people. Most all of these have like trial periods where you pay like a flat rate for a trial period, and then you go on and pay someone full-time, part-time, hourly salary, like however you want to do it. And for your on-site executive assistant, then I would use your network and find someone who needs to work. Like, you are not looking for someone like, I just want to cute few thing, do a couple things during the day while my kids are at school. Like, they're looking for a hobby that also pays them, that requires no effort and no like forward thinking and strategy. You're looking for someone that wants to be a partner in growing what it is that you're doing, and wants to buy into your vision and grow in their role with you and their companies too. And so hire them, train them, and then give them all the flexibility in the world. That is what what's so important, because someone that has the skill set to be a great assistant is really good at multitasking and does not need to be micromanaged. And you need to make sure that you let them like spread their wings, right? And let them have a side gig on the side. Let them do all the things that they want to do outside of taking care of your stuff. You're not owning their life. They just are becoming an extension of yours so that you can help reward them for their time and talents. And they also can have a great place to work. So delegate the rest and be the best.